Justin Fields, you have my attention. I didn't want to. I
had to drag you into this.
It's not that I didn't want to do this. It's that I want to make sure that we're talking about this in the right terms.
You're trying to temper it. You're just, yes. I get it. Yes. I get it. You're putting a governor on it. Put this cruise control on.
It is hard to watch that game today and not just have a big smile on your face. And it's not just the rushing. You know, we can discuss that. And the 61-yard touchdown that he scored was insane. Like it's one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen a quarterback make. And I'm not exaggerating. And when he goes to pump fake and turns his shoulders to pump fake. And after he does that, he leaves his feet for a quick split second and then lands and then somehow turns on the jets while making shaking off a tackle and outrunning everyone for 61 yards to the end zone. That turn, pump fake, twist in midair, hit the ground and start running again. That was the insane part of that play. It's not that he ran for 61 yards. It's that he was able to accelerate like that and have the body control and the balance to be able to do that. He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Body control, athleticism, that kind of stuff. When I watch this play, it reminds me of shit Jamar Chase does. And this guy plays quarterback. It was just insane. Watching him processing this play in real time, I was like, oh my God. And that wasn't even the most encouraging part of the game. The rushing is fine. And what he's doing on design runs is fine. But that first drive where he takes the shot to Claypool when it's there, he takes the shot to Mooney when it's there. He changed I was watching with Casey because she was just down there at the beginning of the games because we had just watched an episode of British Bake Off. So she watched the first drive of the Bears game today. And I think it was the Mooney miss to the end zone. He changes the protection. He brings somebody back in, or I think move the back over. They pick it up, and he goes to Mooney down the right sideline, misses. But on time, great decision, very good process. The ball handling on the play action touchdown to Kmet was beautiful. That is a play when he's doing that, and the decision making and how fast everything is happening. He is playing with so much confidence right now. And that is, to me, the most encouraging part of this. Is you watch the Washington game. When you go back and listen to me after that Washington game, I'm more concerned about the way the line is pointed. Because the way the line is pointed in that game is horrifying. If it kept going like that, any sort of confidence gets shot. If he's going to keep getting the shit kicked out of him the way he did that night. The ways they've tweaked the offense and some of the things they're doing to put him in good spots, I think has allowed some of that confidence to start building. And you're seeing him playing faster, and you're seeing all of those skills and those moments and those attributes that you want to shine start to shine. I mean, this is, if they lost this game, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the way that he looks right now.
Yeah, you said that's a win-win. They lose the game and Justin Fields looks good. That's a victory for you this year. No, it's that half bye that they had, the mini bye they had after that Washington Thursday night game. It's done wonders for them. It's and kind of tying in everything you just said. You kind of nailed it. But it's they're designing rushes more for him. His three highest design rushes in a game have been the Patriots Monday night game, the Dolphins game today, and the Cowboys game last week. So okay, that's one way they did it. But like you're saying, he's playing with confidence and he's playing just quicker. This is what my blemish in going into that Washington game with him was. I could tell he's trying to do the right thing, but you could tell that he was going through a mental checklist every time he was in the pocket. And
feel the gears moving.
You could
feel them cranking when you were watching.
He's like, and you could see and I remember on the Washington pod too, was that all the stuff he's trying to do right, he wasn't having the situations to do it right. So that's where it's like, you're trying to talk, no, do the right thing, do the right process, even though it leads to bad results. It's like, that's really hard to tell a guy when he's getting the crap kicked out of him every single time, or a guy's not coming open. And there's a saying coaches have, and it's usually you're saying it to a freshman that's like, just doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, if you make a mistake, do it fast, because then at least you're doing it fast.
Exactly right.
That is what he's doing. He's just doing he hits the back of his drop. He's doing it. He's just doing something. He's throwing, he's scrambling. And
that's all I ever wanted. All I wanted was these decisions to come quicker. That's it.
Yes. And last week against the Cowboys, I cut up all the clips on his bootlegs. And I would say before, he would try to always make something happen. If they had a free runner come at him, he would try to pump fake him, juke around him. And sometimes it worked, but sometimes it lead to like a 15-yard loss and the ball's hitting off his thigh pad and running out of bounds. And it's just like, oh God, it's just like every play is just like this with you. But now it's like against the Cowboys, he's just changing his arm slot. He goes, oh, that's a free runner. I know I have to throw to the flat. I'm hot. So he changes his arm angle, and he's doing that now. He did it 4 times last week on Nate Getsy. I know he did it. He had 2 of those changing the arm angles today. It's all this is coming together.
Talk about creativity as a thrower.
Yeah.
That is an aspect of his game that I didn't necessarily anticipate because of how much of a pocket he was a pocket quarterback at Ohio State who was dropping back and throwing missiles down the field.
Yep.
And for him to be this guy, I think that's part of why it's taken a second to adjust to everything. And even for his coaches, I think it took a second to adjust to everything. I talked to a guy I think is a good play caller a couple weeks ago. And we weren't even having a conversation about Justin Fields, but just offhandedly, he's like, well, Justin's not his own read guy. Just because he wasn't. And it's not that you shouldn't do it with him. It's just that he was never that in college.
No.
So
that's why I liked him.
Yes.
He was a pocket passer who was a freak, but he didn't want to be a freak. He wanted to be a pocket passer. That's why I loved him.
That's why this stuff coming together the way that it is, like, that's why I don't need him to be a pocket passer for me to get excited about him. But those moments on that first drive where he gets the PI to Claypool, where he's making these decisions a little bit quicker, the touchdown to Mooney, it's third and 8. I'm throwing a slot fade. It's beautiful ball placement. It's fast. It's fast. I want him to be able to do that stuff. But when it comes to breaking case for emergency and you're having a scramble on 3rd and 6 because they're playing man coverage, go nuts. When he made Phillips miss in the pocket today, and just did that spin. It's just that, and all I want on those plays is I want to see the all-22 version. I want to see man coverage. I want to see everyone covered, and I want to see, all right, I didn't see it, I take off. I'm holding on the right moments. It's 3rd down. If I need to hold on to this and then scramble, that's worth trying to make a play. The process is getting so much better. We've talked about the pie chart of disaster and good. Just shrink the disaster. And if the good starts to grow, then we're in good shape. And that's exactly what's happening. And so if we can kind of sprinkle in this, all right, I'm still able to take shots down the field. The second Claypool throw that at the end of the game easily could have been a pass interference. I mean, like all those. The Mooney shot down the field, he missed 1 deep ball today. But he's thrown 1 or 2 a game that look beautiful from the pocket. So if we have some of that, if we have the creativity as a thrower, and you have the quarterback run game, we're getting to a place where I can work with this. And this is with
insert
maybe the worst offensive supporting cast in the league.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. But this is the type of process, this is the type of progress that allows you to get really, really excited, because the timing mechanism was the problem. That was the problem. When I'm looking at the numbers and I'm as concerned about this as I am, it is the sacks. It's the sack rate. It's the timing in which he plays, and it's how fast that process happens. And the fact that the process is up right now and you're still seeing this ridiculous shit. That's it.
Yeah.